BMW's latest baby, and this is the new BMW X3 model. I am on the top of my game because I'm driving the strongest petrol available in the X3. This is the M40i version. It is a 3-litre straight 6 twin turbo engine, petrol of course. So for all the diesel haters out there, don't worry, it's fine. The engine produces 360 horsepower and a torque of 500 Newton meters. So it's got plenty of kick. It's a beautiful winter day. Finally getting some snow in Switzerland. It is also a perfect weather to test a four-wheel drive car, which is the X3. If you watch my previous videos, you know just how much I am a BMW lover. And this is no different. I am extremely impressed by BMW, and I'm about to say a lot of good things about this car. This is a pretty quick SUV, as you would imagine. It does 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds. We've got the 8-speed automatic transmission, and this gearbox is just brilliant because it's so responsive, it is so awake, so sporty, so lively. But if you want to make it even more playful, you get the paddle shifters, and you can honestly have a little bit of fun with this car. This car starts from about 83,000 Swiss francs, equivalent to the US dollar. It's a lot of money for an SUV, but at the same time, I can honestly say that this car, it just feels so luxurious, so premium, and the performance is brilliant because you actually have quite a bit of power. Some probably think that this is not a modern looking SUV. I would disagree because I think it's got a clean look about this. It's certainly got a very nice feel about it. But there's no crazy bonanza going on here in terms of looks. Is it sporty looking? I'm not so sure if it's sporty looking, but it just looks good. And how does the car feel to drive? We've got different modes. There is Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro. Eco Pro, yet again. I'm not sure if I would be wanting to drive in Eco Pro, unless you want to save on fuel. But actually, before we jump into modes, let's speak about the fuel consumption. So the manufacturer claims 8.2 liters, I believe, 8.2 liters for 100 kilometers. I'm getting 9.8, which is not far away from the truth. Considering the size of this car, considering the performance of this car, it's a very, very good result. Because this car, it's got plenty of kick, and the way it handles, it's the BMW handling, which is one of the best actually on the market. It does not swing at all. There's plenty of traction, but at the same time, there's a nice balance between traction and playfulness. But going back to mode, so we've got Sport, Comfort, and Eco Pro. Comfort mode. In Comfort mode, the car is very, very quiet. The handling is very good still. In terms of steering, well, it's fairly responsive, but it's not too sharp, it's not too stiff. But the throttle response, even in Comfort, this car, it's got plenty of fire. Actually, the throttle response is very, very quick. It's a mode, it's actually, it's very comfortable mode. It's very easy to drive in this mode, but at the same time, it is also very dynamic and quite lively. And then, of course, we've got my favorite, which is the Sport. And as soon as I put it to Sport, the suspension stiffens up, the throttle response. It's got a lot more fire in this mode, and I hear the exhaust sounds so beautiful. Actually, it's not too noisy. It's just the perfect sound to get you going every morning when you go to work. Right, let's behave ourselves. But let's talk a little bit about the suspension. I am quite impressed actually, because the suspension is just brilliant. You know, BMW is quite famous for building fairly hard and sporty suspension. Well, this is a firm and sporty suspension, but at the same time it absorbs just about every bump and imperfections on the road. You feel very connected to the road, which is what I really like. You're not in a cocoon, but it's, you know, it's soft. It's still soft. It's still silky. It's got this lushness about it. And the car in general, you know, I'm just so impressed because it feels premium. You know, I've got the steering wheel heating, of course the seat heating, adaptive cruise control, 360 cameras. So it's got so many gadgets, so many things that make your life and make your journey so much more pleasant. So at the end, if you look at the $83,000, I think it's actually fairly priced considering what's out there, what else is out there on the market. The cabin of X3 is just stunning. The quality of the materials, the finishing is incredible. This is all leather, nicely done up. You have the blue stitching going across the whole cabin. Just to remind you, you've got the M Performance package, which I think, by the way, is so worth getting. It's worth every penny. The operating system iDrive is by far one of the best on the market, in my opinion. It is very easy to use. It is simple. Even blondes can get their heads around it very quickly. You get exactly everything what you need. Every button has a purpose. It's just so fresh and clean, so uncluttered. I know a lot of people say that BMW's cabins are uninspiring. They need some change. I mean, look at this place. It's just so luxurious and it's got premium feeling about this. I mean, everything just feels solid. It clicks. I personally really like it. I came down to the lake and oh dear, the snow is gone. So much for the Swiss winter. But overall, what do I think of the latest BMW X3? I like it. I like it a lot. This car can do a lot because it can be a perfect long distance cruiser. It is quiet, it is luxurious, it is lush, it is big and practical, very practical in fact. But at the same time, if you like to have a little bit of fun, if you like to put your foot down, this car loves it. This car loves curvy roads, it loves to be playful. It's, you know, it offers you so much. So overall, yes, it's BMW never disappoints. What do you think of BMW X3? Let me know. As always, I look forward to your comments. Say what you gotta say. Just make sure to be nice. I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Last but not least, a big thank you to Zebli Garage, who were kind enough to lend me this car. If you live in Zurich and if you're after a BMW or a Mini, go and see them. I put the link in the description down below. Little advertising never hurt nobody, right? Right. I wish you a beautiful day, whatever it is that you're doing, and I will see you very soon. Bye.